Hello and welcome back. I'm Izzy Martin and today I'm going to be taking you through a Premier League match day and what that looks like for a sport journalist. So first things first, you obviously get to the game quite a while before kick-off. I think I got there just after 1 o'clock this time round for the Sunderland game, and you just get your notes ready. Obviously lineups come out an hour and 15 minutes before kick-off, so you're sort of just preparing your preview so that you can quickly just mould it towards the lineup and then get it published as soon as possible after the lineups come out. The big story this time round when the lineups came out was that Jean-Paul Van Hecke was taken out of the matchday squad really late on, so we're finding that out as the lineups are out, and then it's all about finding out why he was out. So the club representatives let you know it's because he was ill, and then you can quickly adapt your preview, keeping all the key information in there and pre-match facts, but of course the sort of thing anchoring your report is that key line that Van Hecke is out. Then made my way up to my seat and you're just sort of taking notes of all the action as it happens. And at half-time I filmed a review going over all the action from the first 45 minutes.
Okay, it's half-time here at the Amex, 0-0 so far against Sunderland. Lucky to be goalless, to be fair. Sunderland have been the better side so far. Let's go from the start. So both sides made 4 changes to the lineups. That's the most changes that Sunderland have made so far this season. The big change for Brighton though, Diego Coppola starting at the back alongside Scagli. Obviously Dunk we knew was going to be out due to suspension, but the big surprise here was Jean-Paul Van Hecke, who dropped out last minute due to illness, we're told. But Coppola, that meant that he could have his first full debut. Brighton looked good in the early stages. In the first minute, Bruder won an early corner. We got up well from that, and Piper swung it in. But Groves, who has been fantastic this season, and it's good to see him live now, made a superb stop to deny Weaver. Obviously, Adingra making his return to the Amex after leaving for Sunderland in the summer, and a few boos, which surprised me a little bit. But he's been okay so far on the left wing. As I said, Sunderland have been probing more, but there was a very good chance for Brighton just towards the end there, in the 40th minute, I believe. Superb ball across the box from Yankuba Mensah, who hasn't had really the service he's deserved so far. Very Matoma-esque, the ball across the box outside of his boot, but unfortunately nobody there to poke it home. Just at the end of the half, although Brighton did have that good opportunity, there was a flurry of chances right at the end for Sunderland. First of all, huge mix-up at the back for Brighton. That was Jack Hinchelwood with a straight pass, but luckily Bruder was there to deny Sunderland from putting themselves ahead. And yeah, as I say, they piled the pressure on at the end of the half, had a couple of chances, some good saves, good blocks. So I believe Scagli couldn't quite see it, and then obviously some good saves from Bruder as well. In my opinion, Brighton are fortunate not to be going into the half a goal down, but hopefully now they can build on that. A bit of a thin bench today, but there are definitely players on the bench who can make an impact. And yeah, Sunderland potentially should be 1-0 up, but it's 0-0 so far.
Then of course 15 minutes later action resumes, and at full time I did another review.
Finishes Brighton 0, Sunderland 0 here at the Amex. I think Brighton grew into that and probably at the end deserved the win. Ayari had 4 chances to score. The first 2 did really well to lose his marker in the penalty area, leapt back, skied it. The third one was a decent effort. I think Groves chested that save away, and then just at the end there in the 93rd minute, just a really poor shot, trickled basically to the goalkeeper's hands, and it was decently well worked. Kostulas, I think, should have taken the shot on his left, but he laid it off to Ayari, and the effort was poor in the end. Sunderland did have a chance very, very early on. They started the second half in the same fashion that they finished first. It was out of breath before a superb save from Bruder, who, to be fair, has been amazing. I think 6 saves he made in the end. Could have even been more. Man of the match, Bradley Bruder there. I'm not sure about that, but I don't think anyone particularly. I think Bruder probably did deserve it in the end. He made some superb saves. One positive though was that Coppola and Scagli didn't look out of place. You know, there was worries that 2 big changes at the heart of the defence was going to be fatal. I thought it was going to be fatal, to be honest with you, but they did well enough and kept the clean sheet. There was a fantastic reception from Matoma, who came on at the hour mark, but he couldn't quite make an impact. He got a lot of the ball down on the left side, but his feet is defending well, and then couldn't really get across it to create a chance. Brighton now winless in 4, their last win coming away at Nottingham Forest. They play Arsenal next, that's going to be a tough game. For Sunderland though, they go 5th, continue their flying season. That was the final game at the Amex for 2025. They will be back against Burnley on the 3rd of January. That's all from me. In the end, Brighton 0, Sunderland 0.
And then after that review, I head down to the press conference area where you heard from Fabian Hertzler and Regis Labrie. And then you're waiting in the mix zone for a player to come out. Luckily, player came out before the press conferences, which meant you were waiting around for a little bit less time. And this time it was Diego Coppola who came out to speak about making his full debut for Brighton and addressing the rumours about a potential loan move in January. And whilst this is all going on, obviously the report's being put out, so the match report came out just after the final whistle, and then after hearing from Diego Coppola, I'm able to put that quote-led report out. So that is everything I get up to on a match day from the press box. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you very soon.